Alright, because I like doing videos, and my grammar isn't too good, is it, Neil Jeffries? So, here, let's have a manly debate. Because, like, in case you didn't notice, the rumor on the street is that I'm crazy and I think I'm a prophet of God. So, I'm gonna warn the people. People like you just keep saying silly things. So I want to explain to you why I think they're silly. So Neil, your little post about Biden and having the balls of steel or whatever it was, I don't know. But I mentioned that stuff that maybe you should look up because maybe he's not a good guy. But he's told me to stick my conspiracies and shove it. But you wouldn't look, would you? That would make you kind of ignorant. See, I've been looking for some mental health for a long time. I even have a girl. I go to her. I can't talk to her. I can't tell her about the actual crazy stuff because I have to convince her that maybe Justin Trudeau has an NDA with the young girl. Maybe Klaus Schwab has penetrated him. Maybe George Soros has penetrated him. But you won't look. You'll just tell me I'm crazy and this and that. And I'm the dumb one. And I have to explain this to this girl and try and convince her. Well, Carl, everybody's entitled to their opinions. And yes, Neil Jeffries, everybody is entitled to their opinions. But they're ignorant and an idiot and they're stupid if they don't check things out for themselves. That's what I'm saying. I want you to call me an idiot. I want you to call me stupid. I want you to take the time to look up your kid's future. But you won't, will you, Neil Jeffries? Because I'm an idiot and you're the good guy. Well, if it's the end times, welcome to the end times that you create, Neil Jeffries. Like, are you living your dreams, bud? One of the reasons I liked you was because you were a bit of a weirdo. I don't know if you remember this. Back in the day, you used to carry that sketchbook around like crazy. That's all you did, man. All you did. You had that sketchbook. What are you doing these days, bud? Living the dream? Or are you living Justin's dream? Or am I just a conspiracy theorist? Because, bud, I think the world could have a whole lot more. But it's a big pussy like you, and it won't do nothing about it. It's so scared to lose anything, to gain everything. Everybody thinks I'm nuts, and I come up with this stupid shit about getting a hold of Trump. Yeah, funny, I say Trump. I know you don't like him, but maybe you should look into him. See if he's ever said anything racist. See if he's ever, like the Steele dossier, check that out. Check Hillary Clinton out too while you're at it. See if there's any nonsense going on there. But you won't. You'll just call me an idiot and say you're right. I know how this game is played now. That's why I'm tired of embarrassing myself, because I don't know if anybody's ever going to wake up. I say I want to get a hold of Trump because of the Galactic Federation of aliens. Funny how I would just come up with something like that, Neil. Yeah, I think I'm a prophet of God, but I think I have to do something to prove it rather than just saying it, because he talks to everybody else. He ain't talking to me. He's showing me the way. I have to find out the answers for myself. By the way, if you think this is enjoyable, because everybody's going to hate me, because I don't think the Bible is all full of good stuff. And let's see, all the loving lighters running around the world thinking they can wish the bad guys away and it happens and there's this solar flash. I think they're sadly mistaken too. I think if you want to find God, you gotta go through Jesus. And in order to find Jesus, you gotta be truthful to yourself, most of all. Because when it all comes down to the end, I think you get a rewind and you get to take a look at it and go, you get to pick where you go. And I think you have to be truthful that time. But hey, I might be wrong. Back to the Galactic Federation, bud. You know how I came up with that? There's this old woman, Dolores Cannon. You should check her out. Has some interesting insights and ideas, and talks about the Galactic Federation. Oh, I should first tell you how I got onto the Galactic Federation. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of weird videos and stuff with lights and stuff like that. Then I had this video come up and say, the lights that you are seeing are us, the Galactic Federation. Now, I know that that video might be full of crap, but at least I went and I looked to see and look into the Galactic Federation. And that's how I found Dolores Cannon. Like I said, look her up. She's got some interesting ideas. Reincarnation and stuff like that. Earth School. That's why I never commit suicide again. Like, I would never try to commit that stuff again. Because I ain't going back to this school, man. Again, sorry, ADHD. I get off topic. Back to the Galactic Federation. So we got Dolores. Then I come across this video with this Canadian defense minister. You can look him up for yourself, Neil. Check him out. He says that there's a Galactic Federation of aliens and the Americans know about it. Like, again, watch the video. Check it out. See if the guy's legit. See if there was any mental problems like that. Because then it gets even weirder. Because then you get to see this Israeli space guy, like a real, like, space guy, astronaut, whatever. He says that there's a Galactic Federation of aliens, and Donald Trump is aware of it. And that he wants to tell the people. But the Galactic Federation told him not to. Not yet. So then, I come across this other video. It's of Trump and his son Don Jr. And Don Jr. asks him about aliens. And Don Sr. seriously says, yeah, there's things I'd like to tell the American people, but I can't. And again, nobody questions it. No, nobody questions it. So I think that there's a Galactic Federation of aliens. And I also think that if there's aliens, then everybody will wake up and understand that there's a God and that we have the opportunity as a world that we can change it because we have to seek the truth and we can take care of the bad guys ourselves. But again, you still think Joe Biden's a good guy, right? I mean, you think he's running the country when he's falling off his bike like that? I mean, falling upstairs? There's, like, that stuff I wrote on Facebook, bud? That stuff's true. The laptop, Ukraine, Russia, China. You should start checking out some alternative news, bud. Because you might want to Google CBC and see who runs it. And the CNN, BC, and the CNN, and the Fox, and all that good stuff. You might want to see who's running the show. It's your governments, bud. I know I'm a big conspiracy theorist, and none of this is real. And it's if it, like, this is what I'm worried about. I truly feel that this is real. Like, I don't know what it is, if it's the end times or the Great Awakening or whatever, but it doesn't really have a real fluffy feel in my heart. Because I'm worried for most people. Because it's pretty egotistical. And they pretty much think they know everything. They're not open to anything. It's, this is my religion and that's it because this book told me. Well, those books have been in some dirty hands, maybe. Maybe the actual religion is maybe like a combination of all of them, and they're just screwing with us all. But then again, Neil Jeffries, the Pope. Do you know who he hangs out with? The WEF. They want to depopulate. They want you to eat bugs. They want you to own nothing and be happy. And all I ask you to do is watch their videos. Watch what they say. Don't watch anything I tell you to. Watch their own stuff. They tell you what they want to do. I hope you smarten up, bud. I hope you start taking a look on the other side. Or she might be a bumpy afterlife if I'm right. But then again, I'm quite sure I'm crazy, bipolar, whatever it is you want to call me. Have a nice day, Neil. Stay in touch, bud.